Minnesota laying 3.5 against Arizona. This is purely a fade Cliff and Kyler game coming off a win. I don't love that Arizona has the extra rest, and I don't love the half point. But Minnesota's 6-1, and they know with the way Green Bay is. Go ahead.
Minnesota's 6-1. Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins.
Try that again.
Is 2-5 against the spread after a bye week. It's not a great number.
Is that true?
That's true. Kirk and Cousins.
That's a piece of information that I was unaware of. Arizona's on extended rest.
You can retreat.
It's a half point more than I would like. You know what?
You know what? The Jags pick in there?
I promise I wouldn't. But there's a different game that I was thinking about. You know what? We're going to do something we've never done. This is how we're going to break out of this 2-3 muck.
Okay.
I'm going to listen to you. 2-5 Kirk Cousins after a bye. I was unaware. I didn't love the fact that it was 3.5. You know what? Revoked. Off the board.
Okay.
Not doing it. Instead, let's go with a team whose quarterback we believe in. The anti-Russell Wilson, the coolest
Seahawks.
quarterback in the league. Nope, not the Seahawks. Cincinnati.
Okay.
They're also laying 3.5. They happen to be on the road against Cleveland. We don't love road dogs of more than a field goal in divisional games. However, Cleveland knows their season's over. They know it's done for them. Cincinnati, on the other hand, understands now exactly who and what they need to be. Stop trying to be an under-center team. Stop trying to establish the run. Have Burrow chuck it around the field to Jamar Chase. And T. Higgins, that's their offense. They could have scored 60 points against Atlanta this past week. So Cincinnati, after that bad start, what we have seen from Cincinnati is they beat down the Jets. They put it on Miami. They beat New Orleans, who we mentioned. They annihilated Atlanta, and they lost to Baltimore on a field goal at the gun. Cleveland, on the other hand, which is so screwed with the schedule they have coming up. Cleveland still, by the way, after Cincinnati, they have the bye week. At their first 3 after the bye. At Miami, at Buffalo, home for Tampa. Then a couple weeks later, they're at Cincinnati, and then home for Baltimore. Cleveland's going to be done before Deshaun gets back. I think the players know it. I think I think they're going to be looking ahead to the bye week. Cleveland, after their somewhat surprising start when they could have been 3-0. Remember, they blew that Jets game.
Yeah.
They lost to Atlanta. They lost to the Chargers. They got blown out by the Patriots. And last week, they lost to Baltimore. Cincinnati, throwing all over that Cleveland secondary, which has never quite gotten it right despite investing a lot of draft capital, including a top 5 pick in that secondary a few years ago. Cincinnati, it's a pivot, a mid-show pivot. Appreciate the info, son. There,
Gotcha.
I didn't know that stupid Kirk Cousins number. Also, DVOA, which is kind of the nerdy football analysis to find value over average, I think is what it is. Doesn't love Cincinnati. It doesn't love Minnesota at all. I didn't love that we were laying 3.5. Cincinnati minus 3.5 is the pivot. Next. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.